All right. So, Danny, talk about if it's appropriate now. I don't know if I missed any steps along the way, but maybe talk about like how you can stay out of the clinic because the staff has this checklist system and how you created that and what that's done and how that works.
Yeah.
So, take it away on that.
So this checklist system through Asana, and I feel like we've touched on it before a little bit, but the way that I explain it to a new hire, I feel is the easiest way to explain it to anybody on how this works. So we created an Asana checklist. It's an app on your phone, app on your desktop. So they have it pulled up on their computer, they have it on their phone. Basically, we lay out the tasks from the time they walk through the door till the time that they leave. Every single task that they would do in order is listed out on that checklist. So literally all they have to do is go through that checklist and make sure that they're doing these tasks, completing these tasks, and check it off. If there was a task that just wasn't physically possible to get done that day, if it was just too busy, they'll leave me a note. There's a little note section inside of every single task to where they can let me know why it didn't get done, or if somebody else did it, or if it was a task that just didn't apply to that day. They let me know, they check it off. I get all of the notifications almost like a text message on my phone. So I know when somebody gets in the clinic. I know when everybody's getting ready to leave the clinic because these little checklist text messages pop up. So and so created or completed this task. So and so left a note on this task. So I can go through and I can see everything that everybody's doing, how quickly they're getting things done. Sometimes they wait till the end to check everything off. But usually throughout the day, they're supposed to be checking things off because it's pulled up on their computer. So they can go through, they can check things off. It helps me gauge if somebody has too much on their plate. If I start to notice a trend that they're like, I couldn't get this done, I'm going to get it done tomorrow. Or, if there's several tasks that they just can't get to, and I notice that they keep pushing them off, they have too much on their plate. I can assign it to somebody who's like, what else can I do? Or finish this, finish that within an hour. And it's like, okay, they have more time to get these things done. So helps me gauge where everybody's at with their tasks. And then at the end of every day, their final task is to give me a wrap up in the note section. So from your words, tell me how today went. Sometimes the day is really smooth and they put in there, business as usual, nothing to report. Cool. I know it was a good day. If it wasn't a very good day and there was some roadblocks that maybe I need to address, or some good training points that people came up with, they'll leave it in the notes section. Today we got backed up, rooming got a little confusing, maybe we can train on rooming. Lets me know that those are areas that we need to focus on. And it lets me know where everybody's at the end of their day. Even though it is just a typed out end of day wrap up, I know the staff so well that if their wording is a little off, I know that maybe they were stressed out that day, or I know that maybe, I need to touch base with them in the morning, or I have a good relationship with everybody. If something catches my attention, I'll reach out to them directly. I'll call them, I'll shoot them a text message like, hey, did everything go okay today? Are you doing okay? Just from little things like that, it helps me gauge where all the staff members are at the end of the day. And then it helps me gauge what they're doing during the day. Do they have too much on their plate? Do they need some more work? Where's everybody at?
Yeah. Okay. And then just for the audience to clarify, Asana is a app. You can pull it up on desktop. You can pull it up on mobile. And the version we use for the clinic and the features we use, it's free, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a free thing. It's Asana, ASANA. So check out Asana because that is something that has changed this tremendously as far as this checklist system. And then with that, explain a little bit about how things are incentivized with Asana and whatnot and how that works.
Sure. So if all of our staff members complete their checklist, basically it's doing their job. If all of our staff members do their job, they will get an extra dollar an hour on their paycheck for that week. If a staff member misses one task that week, they forfeit their incentive for the entire week. So it helps keep the staff members accountable. What I like to tell new hires is we want everybody to be a leader in their own role. So you basically have it laid out for you. We set you up for success with this checklist. You have all your tasks laid out for you in order that you need to get them done. We can add in there one-off tasks. So if somebody needs a care plan created, a task is created for that. So that way we know that we need to get that care plan done. And then when we're done, we check it off and move it out of the way, on to the next thing. So it helps keep everything in order, in line. Everybody knows what everybody's doing. So basically you do your job, you get an extra $1 an hour incentive for that week.
Yep. I was muting in the background because I can hear my wife vacuuming in the other room. I don't know if no, so from a standpoint of incentivizing staff, or even having to like reverse incentivize, when someone's messing up and you're like, oh, I wish I could debit you like in your pay, so that you just know not to do this. Like it affects everyone, it affects you, which you can't do that. You can't reduce someone's pay. But if you have this sort of system, they can either meet their bonus or they don't. Now, the cool thing is, like our staff as it sits right now, they, most of the time they all hit their bonus.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, solid team. I did a Facebook Live about this yesterday. So make sure that you go and you follow our stuff on Facebook on Functional Movement for Chiropractors Facebook group. Mm-hmm. So it's just called Functional Movement for Chiropractors. You can request to join, and if you're a chiropractor, we'll let you in, and just start watching some of our Facebook Lives and posts and things that we do, because it tells some real life stories. And I had a good one yesterday just about just a change in guard in our front office and how much it changed things in the clinic, and how right now in the clinic, we technically have less staff than we usually operate with, but things are just going so smoothly, even though people have more to do. There's less moving parts in this case. Everyone's getting along really great. And yesterday in our pre-shift huddle / like weekly staff meeting, I was recognizing that, and I was letting the team know how great it is and how much we appreciate it. And I let everyone go around and talk and share what they think, positive or negative. And everyone said something positive. So then the second time around, I'm like, okay, now everyone, I want you to say something that you think we can improve. Like, don't just feel like, because I didn't want one person to say something negative and feel like they were going to be singled out because everyone else had something positive to say. So I forced everyone, tell me something we can improve. And everyone had something, and it was all very like minor and good, constructive things. But that whole checklist system has enabled Danny to essentially manage remotely most of the time. She comes in, we have a new hire. She comes in for in-person staff meetings, not all of them. And she'll come in a couple days a week just to check in with the team. And, she'll come in person when we all go out to lunch this Friday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Linda is my wife. She was asking me yesterday. She's like, so is Danny going to eat food at this restaurant?
Oh my gosh.
She only asked that because Danny has a thing about other people preparing food.
Yeah.
Right. So are you going to eat food there?
Yeah, I've gotten better. So this will be the third or fourth time that we've gone, and every time I get a little bit better. But
yeah, I mean, it's helpful at Takano's because they just got like a big slab of meat that comes straight out of the oven, and they're just cutting it off, so no one's touching it.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. It grosses me out because people touch your food. I watch a lot of cooking shows, so I just see them touching, and it's just no thank you.
Yeah. All right. Fun fact about Danny. Thanks for watching this clip from the Move Now Chiropractor podcast, and be sure to join our free Facebook group, Functional Movement for Chiropractors, to learn more about how Move Now University can help you with your systems and your clinical practice. Be sure to watch our 30-minute pre-recorded demo at demo.movenowu.com. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you on the next one.